Hello, can you guys hear me? Hi, everyone. Hello. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we're just going to wait for like few more minutes, like just a minute or so, and we'll just wait for the people who have not joined yet to just wait them to join in. And if they miss out, they're really going to miss out today, because after today's webinar, I can assure you guys that if you really work on it, then you will end up acquiring at least like few $1,000s worth of customers for yourself. Okay, so just another minute before we go ahead. How's it going with you guys? Like, how has been the day so far for everyone? Just write in like in the comment below, like how has been your day so far? Hey, Miguel. And by the way, the replay video would be available, and I think we're all live. So I think I'm just going to dive in, and I'm going to start sharing what today's agenda, what I'm going to be sharing today before I just dive in, and I would just start sharing. So one of the most important aspect of any business is driving sales, and we all being a small business owner, it's very difficult to cope up with just keep on getting like fresh clients, because you will always have a high amount of churn rate, or you will always have a churn rate regardless, even if you're running an agency with a lot of digital marketing clients, or if you're running any other thing online, be it e-commerce customers or even a SaaS platform. No matter what you do, you always are gonna run into trouble of finding new customers. But I have been working out on a way for quite a few months now, where I've integrated a couple of softwares into my workflow in order to really get as many targeted leads as possible, especially using LinkedIn, Funnel Bake itself, and another tool which is known as Find That Lead. So today I'm going to show you how I combine the power of all those tools together, and I find the right leads for myself, and then I start an outreaching campaign as well as a small Facebook ad campaign in order to reach out to those users. So we're going to be covering a lot of different aspects. So at any point of stage, if you guys have any questions, just keep dropping your questions in the comment below, and I'll keep ensuring to answer and cover everything, and making sure that you will just get like a ton of value, just pure knowledge, the pure content. That's it, nothing else in this webinar. And this is just one of the first webinar with many more to come. So are you guys excited? Fantastic, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen. Just a moment. Okay, can you guys see my screen? I don't know. Okay, is the screen looking like a little funny for some reason? Okay, just a moment. Yeah, is the screen better now? Okay, brilliant. Okay, guys. So the very first thing that we will look into would be LinkedIn. So one needs to understand that one can really growth hack a lot of their aspect of finding the leads, high quality leads on LinkedIn alone. So in order to just get started on LinkedIn, if you see, like I've been just growing my LinkedIn lately, and I've been getting a lot of leads for Funnelbake, for the agency that I'm running, and a lot of other aspects as well. So this is something that I'm going to be sharing that's very practical, doable. You don't need like another person or just outsource it to someone. You can do it just by yourself. So in order to get going, you will be requiring LinkedIn premium account, because you will be requiring, you need to like scrape a lot of things. And in order to scrape a lot of things, you just need to ensure that you are on premium, to just to make sure that you're on the safer side of LinkedIn. So in order to do that, the first thing you need to do is just go to the search. So over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking for lawyers in this example, because what I'm thinking is, let's do an outreaching campaign where I'm trying to pitch to all the lawyers based out of Los Angeles, and I'm going to be pitching them for marketing basically. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to click on lawyers, and then I'm going to click on locations, and I'm going to type here Los Angeles. It's already there for me, and at the same time, there you go. So there are 12,794 lawyers in Los Angeles who have registered on LinkedIn. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to jump into connection 2. So the reason behind connecting with people with connection 2 is because when I reach out to them, I'll have a common ground to talk about, saying that, hey, we share a lot of common connection on LinkedIn. So that makes a big difference, because people would connect to you right away. To download, you might want to write it down. It's known as Linked Helper. Here you go. All right, guys. So I've just shared the link with you guys in the comment. So just go ahead. Hall of Mirrors. I don't know, guys, what's happening over there. So check out the link that I've just shared in the comment over here. So just grab that link and just download that plugin. It's free for 14 days. Go ahead and try it out. If you see the value, go ahead. You can purchase the plugin if it's required. If not, then it's completely up to you. But 14 days is good enough to make the money back. So in this case, all you got to do is get your connections and then come over here, and you need to start collecting these users over here. When you do that, you will see what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to create a new list, and I'm just going to call that list lawyers in LA second connection. And I'm just going to create, and whoa, I'm just going to start collecting all the email addresses over here. And if you will see, it will just refresh and it will get going and it will start working right away. So just check out the numbers over here, and it will just start scraping those LinkedIn profiles for us. So we'll just wait for about 10 to 20 seconds, and we'll just collect few profiles for this demo. Or in fact, 230 is not a lot, so it's probably going to take maybe about 3 or 4 minutes, not more than that. Okay, so I'm just going to stop it here for now, and I have 23 potential leads that I have collected over here. So what I'm going to do over here is I'm going to head over here and write it, and then there you go. So I'm just going to select all of them, and I'm just going to download. Oh, sorry about that. Download selected, and I'll make sure it's comma separated, and I'm just going to download over here, and I'm just going to name it Lawyers in LA, and boom, there you go. So now you see I have a nice list of a lot of prospects for myself whom I can target right away. Now, what I'm going to do next is the most important and crucial aspect is to find the email addresses of these people. And this is where find that lead is really, really very handy. And it's an amazing tool. You guys can go ahead, check it out. And it does an amazing job in terms of like finding out leads. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come over here, downloads, and put it over here, and that's it. I'm just going to point up my URL for that particular software, for that particular list that I've just downloaded, and I'm just going to assign it. This is the URL. This is a social URL. And if you look, go back over here, is third. Here are all the social URLs, and I'm just going to start scraping. The process has just started. We'll just give it a moment, and you will see the results are going to be there for you right away. So meanwhile, do you guys have any questions so far? No, it's very different from Meet Leonard, and I have personally used Meet Leonard, and I've got into trouble. So I'm trying to avoid getting into trouble again. And the way I do things is a little different. So I don't send out a direct connection. I'm gonna give you guys a nice hack to sending out requests to people without using any tools, without using anything. So there is something inbuilt in LinkedIn itself that I'm going to share very shortly with you guys. Meanwhile, I'm just going to let find that lead do the work, and boom, there you go. The work is done. I'm just going to download that CSV again over here, and I'm just going to name it with email. So this way I have things nicely categorized, and I'm just going to reopen it and with email, and there you go. If you see over here, so it was able to find email for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about like 9 or 10 people, which is actually good enough for us for our current requirement. So I'm gonna come over here, and I'm just gonna create a filter. There you go. So I've just sorted it out, and as you can see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have about 9 leads. So in this example, since I didn't scrape a lot, I have just got 9 leads. Now what I'm going to do next is prepare for an outreaching campaign. And this is where what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to Funnelbake. Let me just re-log in to Funnelbake. I'm just going to re-log in over here. I'm going to come to my groups. I'm going to create a new group, and I'm just going to name it Lawyers in Los Angeles, Batch 1. Here is my group. I'm just going to add that subscriber. Okay, seems like I need to resave it again. So save as, downloads, and comma separated. Okay, so sometimes what happens is with regards to the platform, Excel is saving them as an Excel. So I'm just going to upload it over here for just time being, and I'm going to extract it from here. I'm just going to copy, paste it on a sheet, and I'm going to download it from here. Sheet 1. Head back over here. Okay. For some reason, just there you go. So I'm just gonna import it directly from there. There you go. And so for this one, since we haven't created like any custom fields, so I'm just gonna quickly point things out. So first name is gonna be the first name. This is how you have to do the mapping. So this header, you have to map it with the current ones that you have. So last, and let's see if we have their, yes, we have their company. Do we have their position? Nope. And their email address. And yeah, that's about it. So that's all we're gonna upload over here. And I'm just gonna hit the refresh button, and there you go. So if you see, all the leads have been like completely imported over here, and I could just import it directly using Google Sheets, so I don't even have to download or do any of the other aspects. So next, I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna set up my account. So in this case, the first thing you need to do after uploading the list is geauth your account if you're using Google, or if you're using SMTP, then just come over here and enter your SMTP details in order to configure your email account. Once that is done, we'll head over to templates, new templates, and we'll just name it name 1 or template 1 first email. So now let's write some emails. So I'm just going to give you guys some tip as well over here. Whenever you're starting out, always start out with an emoji. So this is my preferred emoji that I use all the time whenever I'm reaching out to anyone. So I'll just go over here and I'll just write the name, first name in this case, and let's say clickbait. So I started off with a couple of very important things. Number one, I started off with emoji. The reason behind using an emoji is because when you ever go to your Gmail, if you ever see your first line in Gmail, which is the description that shows up, is this line that I'm writing over here. So always make sure that you always have an emoji over here and an emoji over here, because that's going to increase your CTR big time, and it's going to improve your open rate by a big margin. So always remember that, and then add the person's name, because when you're adding a person's name in their email, chances of you getting an open increases naturally. Anytime someone adds my name in my email in the subject, I open them because it's very personalized to me at that stage. And then I'm writing some kind of urgency. Oh my God, your rankings. But I'm not giving more information, and that's why I've written ... So at that point, I'm adding a bit of copywriting as well, and I'm creating an urgency with the users. So next, I'm just going to start off with, hey, first name. And once again, I'm going to use the same emoji because, like I said, I hope you are having fantastic day so far. Okay, so now we're going to be drafting this email, keeping the SEO in mind. And I'm just fast forwarding things, but you have to do some bit of research in terms of each of the users and what their domains are. So if you see, I've already got their domain, so you just need to put that domain. Let's say we'll head over to Ahrefs now, and we'll just look for his ranking and what he has done so far over here. So I'm going to head to the top pages directly, and so basically he has not done any kind of SEO on his website at all. So in this case, we're going to we're going to create, segregate the entire list accordingly based on who has done the SEO and who has not done the SEO. So now, and co-founder of Funnel Bake, which is an SEO agency. In this case, I'm just taking an example. I was going through your website and found that you are missing out on a lot of potential, potential clients that you are giving away to your competitor. And we'll look over here, and now we'll do something smart. Law is in LA. Okay. So in this case, we'll just write this Daniel Perlman law. To your competitor, Daniel Perlman law, as he's ranking on the first page for the term lawyers in Los Angeles. Remember, over here, I don't need to create a separate custom field because this is what I'm targeting directly. I'm just targeting to those people over here directly in this case. There you go. Have a lot of optimization tips. Okay, let's make it a little more fun. I have created an on-site audit video for you that explains in detail the importance of SEO for your website. If you are interested, then reply to this email and I can share the video link with you. So over here, you are not basically creating the video, and you don't have to create the video. You are basically telling the potential prospect that you have already done the work. So now when you're telling someone that you have done that part of the work, they would psychologically start feeling that, oh, this, like, the guy has already even done the work for me. So why not I just go ahead and at the very least, like, reply to him and see the video. That is when you convert your prospect to a lead, because you have already offered a value. And whenever you're outreaching, it's very important to offer value. The value and the email should be only talking about them. In this entire email that I've written so far, the only line that I've written about myself is this. Another thing that I forgot that I would write over here is, and I found your details on LinkedIn. So it's very ethical, and it's very important to mention the source, especially with GDPR coming in. You have to mention how you found their details. That's extremely important. So do not miss out on that at all. So now, once you have your template drafted, looking forward to your reply. Best regards, Udit Goenka. Then I'll write the company, URL, email, and phone number. So this is basically going to be the template. So I'm just going to replace these with your actual details. This is just to give you an example. And after this, I'm just going to save it up. There you go. So now the template is saved. And now the best part about the funnel bake, that the feature that we have introduced, which is amazing, is the ability to check whether the email is going to land in inbox. I'm going to just quickly check, and boom. So this does a real-time check. So we have created several Gmail accounts, and we have created our own internal API where anytime you do this test, it sends out an email to one of our test accounts, and the API that we have created, it checks where it has landed, whether it's landed in inbox, spam, promotional folder, where, and you will get that exact detail over here. Now, when I know that my email has been configured so well and my template is configured so well that it's landing in inbox, you can directly go ahead and just start shooting out email. If you just want to do a test run as well, you can write your email, for example, and you can just shoot up a test mail. So similarly, once you have created your first follow-up, this first email, you have to create your follow-up emails as well. So what I'm going to do in this case is I'm going to write down one template for you guys, and I'm going to share this template with you guys that you can use. I think it's, they're not allowing me to share more than, so what I'm going to do is, I think I can upload, wait. Come on, I'm not a spam. Okay, so, okay, there you go, guys. Here is the link. Just copy this very quickly. I don't know for how long it will be there. I'll just go ahead and copy this template so that you don't have to like bother going ahead and deleting anything or doing any other sort of like other things. So just go ahead and check that out, copy it. And I'm also going to create like the follow-up templates for you guys, and I'm going to share it with you by the end of the webinar. So whoever has registered, I'll be sending up a follow-up email with to them, and I'm going to be sending up all the materials and everything. I even created a PDF guide, so I'm going to be sharing out all those details so that you can follow up at your own pace. Once this is done, you are pretty much set. And the most important things were your groups, your team members, and finally your templates. Once that is set up, all you got to do is just head over to new campaign, just name it, let's say Camp Lawyers in Los Angeles campaign 1, and I'm just going to select this Udit from Funnel Bake. Now, this is very crucial. I have tried out all the formats in terms of from, with just name, just my surname, just the company name. And so far, the maximum results that I have seen has been with this name from company. So it will be name from company. This should be the format, and just use this format. Don't even like try to figure out anything else, because this just works like a charm. Then lawyers in Los Angeles. Now, since we're just sending out like 9 emails over here, you don't need to enable drip. But anytime when you are sending out emails from a brand new email, you have to ensure that you enable drip. Send out maybe 20 emails, 10 emails an hour, 5 emails an hour, not more than that, because you're just starting out. Like if your domain is brand new and you have just started your outreaching, make sure that your IP is warmed up enough to start hitting your inbox. Because if you just start sending out a ton of emails, there's a very high chance that you could land into spam. And finally, I'll just go down, and this was a template. I'll select continue, and all I gotta do is start the campaign, which I'm not gonna do because it's irrelevant content from my end over here. So start now, and I'll just hit the continue button. Once you're done, you are all set at that point of stage. Your campaign will begin right away, and your campaign will look something like this in this case. And you will start seeing all kinds of stats over here, who has opened, who has not opened. So I'm just sharing like one of the previous campaigns in this case, where you're going to be seeing this, and finally the user log. So I cannot show the user log in this case because it contains like some of the email addresses. So, but this is just to give you like a quick glimpse of how the Funnel Bake as a platform has really shaped up over the course of like last several months. And we have really evolved the platform. We are still working very hard on adding more things. But this technique of finding your leads on LinkedIn using linked helper, along with find that lead, and finally Funnel Bake, this is the most ultimate combination you can have. Like, it's the most deadliest combination you need in order to acquire clients. I have several more growth hacking strategies like this. I'm gonna like even teach you scraping, but we'll just keep like all those for like the future webinars. So there's gonna be a lot of webinars coming in. But so far during this webinar, let me know if you guys have like any questions so far. Since it's not available, I'm gonna do this. Google Docs. So I'm just going to write it into Google Docs, and I'm just going to share it with you guys. And I'll write the follow-up email templates in this template itself. So you guys can go ahead and check. I'll make this public so that you guys can have a check on it, and you can just make a clone of it. There you go. And there you go, guys. Just shared the link with you guys. You guys can go ahead, have a check, and just copy. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, just leave your questions, and I'll be more than happy to take all your questions. So I'm just going to go from the beginning real quick. Okay, so Christian, I hope like I showed you a live demo of how to use Funnel Bake, and it's not at all a complicated software. Just like 2 to 3 minutes on it, and you are like good to go. So if you still need like any other help, just let me know. We can schedule a call one-to-one, and I can help you get started with your first campaign. And anyone who has attended this webinar, if you want to launch your first campaign, let me know. I'm going to help you set up your first campaign on FunnelBake for free. That means I'm going to help you do your research. I'm going to teach you one-on-one, and I'm going to even help you draft your first template. So basically, you are getting customers. So now there is no more reason for you not to take action, because I can share growth hacking tips all day long, but if you do not take any action, then there is like absolutely no point in terms of like sharing, because it ultimately it all comes down to the action. So always remember, like, you take action no matter what. That's extremely important. So now we'll just head over to more questions. Okay, so Grimaldo is saying, what if we get our LinkedIn account shut down because of Linked Helper? Okay, so I've been using Linked Helper personally for quite a long time. And what I'm doing is I'm not sending out requests to anyone. I'm not viewing anyone's account. What is happening over here is it's just going to that particular URL and it's scraping. And as per the US law that was out, scraping is 100% legal. That's why Google exists. If we make scraping illegal at any point of stage, then the first company that will shut down will be Google, because they are the biggest. They have like the biggest scrapers in the world. So you don't have to worry about anything at any point of stage. So again, I'll just show you what basically Linked Helper is doing. But again, keep them in limits. Don't like go super wild and aggressive either. Just keep it very minimal. Like download maybe 50 or 100 profiles an hour, 200 profiles an hour, not more than that. So you need to ensure and you need to make sure of that. So in this case, I'll just go back to the same settings. Okay, so in this case, if you see this, now what Linked Helper is basically doing is it's opening up this and it's checking out this name and it's checking out this href. This is where the LinkedIn URL is, and it's just scraping. So it's working on my end. It's not even working on LinkedIn's end, because the contents are on front end and it's already loaded on my browser. So there is nothing to like be worried about, because we are not scraping inside LinkedIn. We are scraping our own browser where the data has already been ready, and it's ready. It's already loaded on your browser. So you don't have to worry. But again, keep things in minimal. Don't try to like visit too many sites or too many links at the same time, because that doesn't look natural for you. So just try to make sure that it looks as natural as possible. Yeah, so the video will be available for you guys. Whatever contents I'm going to be sharing, it's going to be public. You guys can go check, repeat, but please take action, please. If you guys need any help, I'll help you draft your templates as well, but I want you to take action, because unless and until you take action, I cannot do anything. I can get you everything that you want to get started, but ultimately, you have to take that final step towards like just going and approaching and just making that last move. Okay, so Alex is asking, in your experience, what are the roles in companies to get the emails and have convert to you? So Alex, what I usually do is I always like, for example, like let's say I'm targeting SaaS companies now. So when I'm targeting SaaS companies, I just directly scrape CEOs profile and email address, because those are the ultimate decision makers, and I don't want to like mess around with any other people. So now what I do is when I'm reaching out to CEO, I will add in another separate line where I will say, I'm reaching out to you for this reason, and if there is any other concerned person who is going to be handling this request, then please forward my email to that particular person. So what happens is, in most companies, either a mid-size or a small-size company, we're not talking about enterprises at all. We're just talking about small and mid-sized companies. There are like 5 or 10 or 20 or 30 people, and they all have specific roles. So if someone is going to come to me for asking for support, what I usually do is I assign that task to one of the support people in my company. They handle it, and if the customer has approached me, then the support person will approach me and tell me that the work and this has been solved, and then I go back to the customer saying that, oh, look, everything has been solved now, unless and until they go to the support directly. So that's the same psychology that works with email outreaching as well. That when you're outreaching, you need to make sure that you make the template so well designed that even if they are not handling that particular aspect, for example, that particular CEO might not be handling marketing. He could be a technical CEO. He might not be a marketing CEO. So every CEOs have different skill sets. So that's it. You need to make sure that your template is very well drafted, and that is the goal. That is the key, and that is something that one needs to like ensure all the time. So I hope I could answer your question, Alex. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. Before we wrap up the session, we'll more webinars that I'm going to be coming up with every week. It's going to be short webinars, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. I'll be sharing a lot of growth hacking tips, SEO. I've already started working on funnel-based SEO. I've already started ranking for some of the keywords as well, very smartly. And then email marketing, Facebook ads. I'm going to be sharing a lot of contents in the webinar. So it's not just going to be about like just generic email, and it's not just going to be about funnel bake either, but it's mostly going to be about how I can add more value to your business and how I can help you grow in terms of every aspect of your business in terms of marketing, because you cannot rely on just one aspect of marketing either. So if you guys have any other question, drop it in before we wrap up this session. Anyone? Any more questions? Anyone? All right, so I suppose there is no questions. So I hope you guys like this session. If you do, please ensure that you join Funnel Bakes group. If you're not, drop the link very quickly. Bake group. Okay, so just make sure that you join Funnel Bakes group, and just dropped in the link over here as well. And if you have any questions about Funnel Bake in general or about anything in marketing, just make and I'll be making sure that I answer them. And at the same time, our forums is now up and running, so you can even join our forums where I have already started sharing a lot of tips. And every single day, I'm posting something very valuable over there. So you can just go ahead and join our forum as well. I'm going to be sharing a lot more contents, and a lot more upcoming webinars are coming. And Amit, just after we complete this session, give me an hour. I've already shared the doc link with you guys. So just keep a check on this one, and in an hour, you will see that I've updated this doc with the sequences. So it will be a 4 email sequence so that you can just go ahead and start using, no matter what platform you're using, but just take action. And if you are a Funnel Bake customer or want to use Funnel Bake, then I'll personally help you out at that stage. That's the value that I am adding, that no other company or the CEOs will add, going one-to-one, helping out every person starting their first campaign and making sure it's successful. So I want to make sure that each one of you is getting the maximum ROI using our platform. So any other question you guys have before we wrap up this session? 5, 4, 3. Yes, there will be replay available, and I've already answered this. So, all right, Amit. So now when you're starting your outreaching tips for small companies, you need to make sure that you really add a lot of value to them as compared to an enterprise, because enterprise are like, yeah, we can see and we'll just go ahead and sign up. But when it comes to small companies, you really need to add a lot more value. So now it depends upon which sector are you targeting, whom are you targeting. In this case, let's say I'm assuming that you're targeting a plumber, right? So when you're targeting a plumber in Los Angeles, again, I'm just going to take that same example, but this time a different person. So at that stage, you first need to go and evaluate their websites. So once you have done your initial scraping, just go and try to find out what the pinpoint is, where are they lacking on their website, and you will see that most of the sites that you have scraped from LinkedIn, they will all have very similar issues. So write down a template accordingly and just try to get them on call. Just try to get them on chat. Just try and get them to reply to your email. That's it. You don't have to do anything else beyond this. So just make sure of that. Do not try to sell in your first email. That's a big no. Do not try to even sell on the second email, third email, fourth email. No. Just get them to reply, revert back to you, and just get them on call, email. That's about it. Because once you get them on call, at that point of stage, it becomes a lot more easier to convert because now they are genuinely interested. And once you start sharing more about how you can add more value to their business, chances of you converting will be very high. So just ensure like these small things, which is extremely important, that I personally take care of. Just ensure you are providing the same value to that end user. So just outreach with this in mindset that I'm not trying to sell, but I'm trying to add value, and you will see you will start converting your customers or your potential lead or your potential prospects to leads right away. Any other questions, anyone? And I hope, like Amit, I could go like very in depth to that question and I can answer it. Okay, guys. Any other question? Any other question? All right. So. Correct. A value can be anything. A value can be a website audit. A value can be like providing them like some business cards. For example, if you're a graphic designing company and you're outreaching to plumbers again, right? So in this case, you need to like just design one logo for them and just tell them, look, I've designed this logo for you, and I feel like this can connect with your brand in a better way. Offer them, get it ready, and just send it out. But when you are sending out the first email, do not tell them that here is your logo. Instead, write it that I have your logo ready. If you are interested in seeing that new logo, then please revert back to this email. And when he reverts back, that's when you design something quickly and send it back to him. So even if he doesn't like the logo, but there's a very high chance that he would really appreciate the fact that you've taken an effort to do something out of the box, which no other companies are doing. That's when you can pitch him for, look, here are the things, here are the issues that I found, here is what I can do for you. You don't even have to pay till the time like I can get it done for you. And from that point of stage, you start adding value slowly and steadily. So if you're a graphic designing company, you have business cards, brochure to design, website to design, and so much more graphics to be done for that one client that you could just get like thousands of dollars worth of business from that just one client. Add in value. That's all. It can be anything. Just try to add value. So, for example, now I'm holding this webinar, right? I'm trying to add value. I'm not trying to sell at all. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not even trying to pitch like go and buy funnel bake. No, I'm not even saying that. What I'm saying is take action. I know where you are lacking. I know what the problems are right now, and I'm willing to help you out. But you need to take action with like regardless of any software that you use. This is my workflow, so I'm sharing my workflow, what I use, what my team uses to reach out to a lot of people within the company. So this is what I do, and I'm just sharing the same workflow. But you can like twist the workflows, whatever work out best for you that gives you the result. But what I'm trying to do is cut down on the learning curve with these webinars and videos so that you can just get going. And that is the ultimate goal is to take action. So I hope like Amit, like I could go even more detailed to your question when it comes to offering value. Pleasure is all mine. So, all right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up this session. This was the very first of the webinar. I know there might be some hiccups, glitches, but don't worry. I'm going to be improving on a lot of aspects, a lot of different aspects, and I'll be doing a lot more webinars. Just keep telling me what you guys want to hear about, listen about, and what you want me to share about, and I'll be sharing all those details with you guys. So thank you so much for joining in the webinar, and I hope you find this webinar useful. And if you did even a bit, then once the video is up, I would really appreciate if you go ahead and just share it on your social media. Also, do join the group and do join the forum. A lot more contents are coming in, so you don't have to go anywhere for the contents. That's for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the webinar. This is Udit Goenka, the CEO and co-founder at Funnelbake. And good night to people in India, and good morning to the people in US, and good evening to the people in Europe. Thank you and goodbye, guys.